Hello everyone, Victor Tanzig here, and welcome to the Reddit Railway. Today's destination is r/relationships, so all aboard! This all started a couple of days ago. My fiance Ryan and I were celebrating our 7th anniversary. We invited a bunch of people around, including one of my closest friends, Ellie. She noticed how affectionate Ryan was being with me and said, "See, I told you he was better for you than Andy." I froze when I heard that. You see, back in college, Ryan and another guy named Andy asked me out at the same time. I had known Ryan since high school. We always had a thing for each other, but were never a couple. On top of that, we went to separate colleges. Andy went to mine. I was excited by the idea of dating Andy due to this proximity and that he was someone new. I didn't think any relationship I could have with Ryan would be exciting since we already knew each other so well. I know my reasoning is beyond stupid, but I never thought that this decision had the potential to blow up my future. So I turned Ryan down. He was really hurt by this. I didn't want to make him feel worse, so I didn't tell him it was because I had decided to date Andy, which Ellie objected to. Ryan stopped talking to me for about 6 months. In that time, it became obvious me and Andy weren't right for each other, so we ended it. I reached out to Ryan and we began talking again. I realized how much I missed him and that he was perfect for me, so I asked him out and he happily accepted. Our relationship grew from there. For the rest of the party, his mood was off. He was pulling away from me and spoke in short sentences. He was very cold and distant over the next 2 days. Finally, we sat down and he told me what was on his mind. Given the story he had heard, he felt I had picked him as my backup plan in case my relationship with Andy failed. He thought this was especially messed up since we'd obviously had feelings for each other long before then. He also said that he deserved to be someone's first choice. He now saw our relationship in a different light, a bad light. I thought this was just an insecurity we could work through until he suggested we split up. I pleaded with him that we don't need to take it that far. We could go to counseling or live separately for a bit. So far, he hasn't said anything except that he absolutely refuses to go to therapy. I can tell this is weighing heavily on him because he's been drinking more than usual. I don't know what to say to make him feel better. He's never been overly jealous or possessive. I couldn't ask for a more loving, respectful, intelligent, and charming partner. I don't understand how a stupid mistake I made 7 years ago could cause so much damage. Edit. To clarify, he doesn't care that I dated someone else before him. It bothers him that I had the choice between him or Andy, and I chose Andy. Which was absolutely your right. You're under no obligation to date someone just because you have a history with them. That being said, I do understand why Ryan would be upset. By OP's own admission, she didn't think having a relationship with him would be exciting. That's gotta hurt, especially since she went out with someone she barely knew. However, he is overreacting. Regardless of whom OP dated before and why, she's with him now and has been for 7 years. That should be proof enough that she's committed to Ryan. He really should consider getting therapy. There are a couple of updates, so let's see what happened. Update 1. About 2 weeks after my last post, he suggested we postpone the wedding. This gave me some hope because he said postpone rather than cancel. I don't think he's ready to give up on our relationship yet. He's moved into a hotel. Whenever we talk, it's mostly about how much we miss each other. I keep telling him he's my soulmate. He says he wants to be with me, but can't shake the idea that while I was his first choice, he was my second. It hurts him knowing we had feelings for each other for so long, but the moment Andy came along, none of that mattered. He would then start asking questions like, what did he have that I didn't? Was he better looking than me? Was he better in bed? It breaks my heart knowing how much pain I caused him. I begged him to reconsider going to therapy, but he absolutely won't budge. Some of our mutual friends are saying they're not sure if he'll recover from this. I wish to God I could go back and change the past because I love him more than anything. It feels like I'm in a nightmare. Less than a month ago, we were lying in bed fighting over which of us got to name our kids. Now, because of a seemingly insignificant mistake I made, that beautiful future is gone. All I can do right now is hope he gives me another chance. Edit 1. He called an hour ago. Some of his friends found my Reddit post and showed it to him. He was very angry. He asked me why I would tell strangers about our personal problems. He then asked how can he face his family and friends again now that they know I was seemingly with him because Andy dumped me. He had also read many of the comments and realized it wasn't right for him to keep me in the dark for so long without making a decision. He's decided we should go our separate ways. I can't describe how I'm feeling. I just want to go to sleep forever. I know some of you are under the impression he's a horrible man, but he really isn't. He's helped me so much over the years. He spent days learning about my major so he could help me study for my exams. He also paid for my parents to go on their dream vacation to Australia and told them it came from me. Ryan is the best man I've ever known. So Ryan, if you're reading this, I love you. I have loved you every second of the past 7 years. I'm sorry for what I did to you, not just about Andy, but for making this post and pressuring you into a decision I really don't think you want. Take as long as you need to do whatever you can to heal from this. I'll wait. I love you, and I always will. Update 2. I asked Ryan if it was okay to post this, and he said yes. He saw my last update and agreed to talk. He once again refused to attend therapy and staunchly believes our relationship is over, at least in its current form. He still wants to be with me and suggested we start over with a clean slate. In his own words, "While you look back at our relationship and see something wonderful, I look back at it with disgust because you lied by omission every single day." I was ready to agree to his idea on the spot, but he insisted I take the next week to think about it. His logic was that if I choose to restart our relationship from the beginning, he will be my first choice. Later on in the week, it really dawned on me what that meant. I would go from fiancé back to girlfriend. I don't know when or even if he's going to propose again. I don't want children until we're married, so I don't know how long that's going to be. In short, it would completely throw off any life plans we had. I asked him for a little more time, and he told me to take as much as I need. This is a better outcome than I expected, and maybe better than I deserve. I'm going to agree to start over. It hurts the past 7 years won't mean anything anymore, but at least we'll be together. It's amazing to think we were celebrating our 7th anniversary not long ago, but this time next year, we'll be celebrating our first anniversary. Edit. He read the post and wanted to address some of the comments. 1. He won't hold anything over my head. He's so confident of this that he insists I leave him if he ever does. 2. Some people have said that being first is just an arbitrary construction that doesn't mean anything. Marriage is a construct, monogamy is a construct, etc. Just because something is a construct doesn't make it any less real or capable of inflicting pain. 3. As a reminder, this was never about me dating people before him or even dating other people at all. He doesn't care about that. What hurt him the most was that despite having a strong bond for years, I still rejected him in favor of someone I barely knew. It also doesn't help that, in the end, I wasn't the one who told him about Andy. He also has this to say, "I'm not insecure, fragile, or irrational. The fact is that our old relationship is now ruined in my eyes. It's ruined because she took away my ability to make an informed decision 7 years ago. If I had known the circumstances of her return, I'm not afraid to say that I would have told her to fuck off. Now I'm giving her the option to restart our relationship with me, knowing all the facts. This time, we'll be equals." No, you won't. This do-over relationship is going to be filled with resentment. You can't just wipe away 7 years of intimacy and expect everything to be hunky-dory. Both OP and Ryan really need to walk away from this, and I think they did. While OP never updated her profile again, I did find an interesting comment on the last update. Apparently, OP didn't feel happy in this new relationship, so they went their separate ways. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find this comment again, so it's entirely possible I misinterpreted it, or that it was fake. I like to think it wasn't. Like I said, this kind of do-over could only end badly. And despite Ryan's assertion, he was insecure and fragile. Maybe this was why OP never told him about Andy. She was afraid of how he'd react. Saying that out loud, it makes me wonder why she went back to him at all. Maybe she knew he'd jump at the chance to date her. Maybe he really was her plan B. Man, I really don't know how to feel about this one. I guess all I can say is, best of luck to everyone, maybe. And with that, I'll end the video here. Like, share, and subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.